just do a quick run through of the keyless stocks for the day, starting off with Facebook. And these are all going to be daily charts because what we're going to look at is we're going to look at the volume. And this is what I want you to consider. I did buy Facebook this morning. It's not a full position, but I probably will add just a little bit to it. I like the action, but I'm concerned about the volume. We had real strong volume here on this down day. Kind of came down here and tried to bounce off the 50, came up a little bit. This is a pickup or an up move on lower volume, and then today we've got more move to the upside on even lower volume. So I'm going to be very conservative with what I add to it here, but I do like the price action, and I do like the fact that it's regaining the 21. So onto the next one on the key list, Google, pretty much the same game. Okay, we've got it. It's regaining the 8. It came down and bounced off the 21. It's regaining the 8, and it's closing at the top of the range, but not on a pickup in volume. Volume isn't good. So if you're sitting with shares on Google, you want to keep that in mind. Maybe you don't want to add. Maybe you just want to add just a few. Step, if you're in it, I'd just hold. I kind of like the way it is. It made that move, and it made it on a pickup in volume. It didn't move. The volume wasn't as much as it was on 625. Okay, that volume sticks way up there, doesn't it? That's pretty obvious. But over here, we've got some lower volume coming through here, and then so we did have a little bit of a pickup today. So that's good. It's looking good. IT, nothing matters. Just got a doji on the day. AMN, I have not looked at this today, just a doji on the day, a little bit of a gap up, and pretty much just tracking sideways. Track sideways all day with a little bit of whip, because that's what we've got in this market. We've got a little bit of whip. Now, let's take a look at now, and pretty much the same, where it's closing near the top of the range on a little less volume. NVIDIA, we're just going to try and watch this for a while. I don't think this is something that I would want to jump into just yet. I'd want to see it form a base as it just split 4-for-1 yesterday. And as you can see, it popped up, gapped up, and is closing fairly well. A little bit of a topping tail there, but on a little less volume. Kind of the same theme, isn't it? A little less volume, a little less volume. That's the way the market is. It's just continual themes that continue to rotate over and over. PNW. Nothing there. Bill, I know that several members are in Bill, looking good, and volume considerably less. Let's just zoom in here just a little bit. Volume is considerably less. I don't know that much about this stock. I'd probably look into it a little bit more before I added to it. Facebook, I'm comfortable adding to it because I'm a little bit more familiar, and we tend to trade things that we're familiar with, like Square. Let's move on to Square. This is nice. Here we go. If you're in Square, good job. Pickup in not a pickup in volume, but good volume. Pickup in volume yesterday on that move, and today it moved very nicely on decent volume. So that's good. PayPal. All right, closing at the highs and on less volume. And we are back to our trend of less volume. Roku, leave that one alone for just a little while, I think. Let that one kind of decide what it's going to do. All right. Popped up and pulled back a little bit. Home Depot. QLD, of course, tracking with the NAS. Vive popped and dropped. Can you tell I haven't looked at some of these today? I don't look at them all. I tend to pick a few the night before, set my buy stops either the night before or the morning of, and kind of let them go. Amazon, nothing right there right now. SSTK, pop and closing about the middle of the range on less volume, and then we got Tesla. All right, so on Tesla, not much there. Hope that helps. Thanks for hanging out today. I'm no Pat Walker, but I try to answer questions when I see them. So if you do have them, just send them over. Now, I will tell you, tomorrow I've got meetings outside of the office. Yes, I'm actually going to leave the office. So I'll be out in the morning, and then I've got another meeting around noon. So I'm going to be out for most of the day. Guys, have a good night. Talk to you later.